everybody, it's Alvin Brown, CEO and founder of the Center for Healing and Peak Performance and Integrated Peak Performance Services. I'm also the author of Journey to Personal Greatness, Mind, Body, and Soul, a blueprint for life balance and self-mastery, available at all your major bookstores, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Amazon, and in Canada, Chapters Indigo Online. Also, I created this, the Journey to Personal Greatness Journal. It's a great addition to the coaching process that I do. I'm a huge believer in journaling. You got to talk to yourself. You know exactly, everybody that I've spoken to know, and that I've coached, they know what's up. But the problem is when you're deep in your problem, you can't figure it out. You're too much in. You're too emotionally engaged. And a journal causes you to step back, take a look. When you review it, that is, it causes you to step back, take a look, and go, I see the patterns of what I'm doing, and I'm going to change it. So journal is a huge part of our journey, so get one. All right, so this is short and sweet. I'm going to go back to last week. I jumped ahead and I jumped onto another topic, but I'm going to go back to the 6 steps you need to the questions you want to ask yourself to discover your personal greatness. I'm going to review the first couple we had. One, we had what needs to happen between now and the end of the year to make this the best year yet. That's question number 1 I want you to look at. Number 2 is, who are you becoming by the things that you're doing? All the actions that you're taking, who are you becoming? And number 3 was, what is the highest vision of my life that I see for myself? You got to go 10x on your goals. I was just reading something by Peter Diamandis. He wrote a book called Bold, and he's talking about that whole thing, how to get your goals bigger and seeing yourself making your goals 10 times what you already imagined. Because when you're where you are now, you can't see yourself where you want to be, but make it bigger, because you end up taking bigger actions, and then you'll get, as they say, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you end up with the stars. That's the kind of deal. So what do you see for the highest version of yourself? And number 4 today I want to talk about, number 4 actually, that we did 4, now I'm into 5. But number 4 is, what victories should you be celebrating that you've had in the past? A lot of times we move on to the next thing and we don't remember, to stop, celebrate, smell the roses, give yourself a pat on the back because you've done really good until now. We tend to look at the negative in our life. So that was number 4. Number 5 today is, how do you want to be remembered? What's your legacy? All right, some of the key points I want to touch on is, who are you? And number 2 is, what is your legacy? And then we never want to leave you with just words. I want to leave you with some action steps. The action step I want you to take is, what is your values? What are your values? And be congruent with who you are. All right, let's start with number 1. Who are you? Do you remember, there's 2 lives. There's a great quote that said there's 2 lives that we live. One is the one everybody wants us to live out there, and then there's the one inside of us that we don't want to be vulnerable. And that's the other thing from Mariam Williamson's quote, our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is not our darkness that we most fear, it's our light. Because that light that she talks about is your authenticity, your authentic self. See, a lot of us don't want to show that light because that will leave you completely vulnerable. If we leave a little off the table and pretend to be something that we're not, then it doesn't hurt you as much when somebody attacks you. When you show everything, your light, that is why she says it's not our darkness that we most fear, it's our light, because we're powerful beyond measure. So who are you? Who are you being? Who are you pretending to be? Are you being your authentic self? It's a work in progress to find yourself again after many years of doing what everybody else tells you should do, being what everybody else tells you should be. Who are you? Are you being authentic? Are you being true to who you really are? All right, here's a great exercise. Number 2 is, what is your legacy? I want you to write in your journal about your legacy. What is it that you want to leave behind? What do you want people to say about you? Good or bad, that's up to you. What is it that you want them to say? It doesn't have to be, again, some great things for them to please people, but what do you want them to say about you? Who are you? Your signature. What do you want them to say? Were you kind? Were you aggressive, competitive? It doesn't matter, right? Steve Jobs passed away, and there's all different kinds of people have different views of him, but he was being him. Like it or love it, he was being who he is. So Muhammad Ali just passed away, again, the greatest, but he was great because he was being who he is. He went on his values. All right, so those are the things that I want you to do, to think about. First of all, I want you to think about those 2 things. Who are you? Do you remember who you are after this time of being what everybody wants you to be. And number two is, what is your legacy? All right, so let's talk about some action steps real quick. What are your values? We're going to put up underneath, we're going to put up your values list again. If you haven't done that yet, download it and find out what your values are. Yet, just recently, these values thing came back to haunt me because I was having some troubles trying to make a decision on something. And it ended up being the reason why was my values. I find I was going against my deepest values, and I didn't realize it until I started to reflect and journal and look back and see that is why I didn't make that decision. And that's why I'm struggling to make that decision. That's why I was struggling to make that decision, it was going against my values. So now that I respected my values, I can make a decision now, but honor my values. So your values are hugely important to finding out about who you are and how you want to be remembered. What are your values? Download the sheet and do that exercise. All right, the last one. Once you find out all of that, who you want to be, who you are, what are your values, now be congruent. Start to live your life according to those values, according to what you wrote as who you really are, and start to, everything you do, slow down before you make decisions, and start to make a decision around the values, around who you are, and what will get you to the end towards your personal greatness. All right, so I want you to do all that, do that in your journal, and start to take action on that, right? So this is your checkup from the neck up. This is the Monday mindset, and I wanted to leave you with that. All right, so Wednesday, don't forget, Wednesdays are our Hump Day Hustle, where we talk about your body, how to protect the temple and take care of it, and Soulful Saturdays give you some food for the soul. I want to also tell you before I go, check out the new shirt. These were designed by my son. He designed these for me for the clinic. They're on sale here. They're really awesome shirts. Actually it's summertime, so these are a nice addition. All right, and check it out. Go to our website, www.jtpgjourneypersonalgreatness.com and tchpp.com. Check out where we can help you. I got a team of people around me who will help you get to your personal greatness, and so you can be relentless, mind, body, and soul. Check us out. We're here for you. We're solely built everything to help all our clients achieve optimal health, the peak performance, and to pursue their personal greatness. All right, so until next time, as I always say, be relentless about your pursuit for personal greatness. Peace.